So we're doing a panel, and we have a pretty diverse group, and we're going to kind of discuss a little bit about what it means to be culturally competent. And actually, we just learned that the term is not cultural competence, it's cultural humility. So we're kind of, even in talking about this stuff, we're kind of adapting and learning and growing. It's pretty cool. So I've always liked the discussion around culture, because it's just something that I think that we don't spend enough time with, but something that definitely it permeates everything that we do, right? So I don't know, and coming from that perspective of the straight white guy in the field, I think it's an even more important discussion, because you come from this place that you can't possibly understand what somebody else has been through that is a person of color, or somebody from the LGBTQ community. You literally can't understand that. And I'm gonna keep messing up, and just being able to have that ability to adapt and understand that is going to be really critical. And so that's what we're going to kind of talk about a little bit, is how do you take those things that are a little bit more intangible and turn them into useful practices.
So we were focusing on like multicultural awareness and just kind of opening the dialogue for that subject matter.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we had a lot of people that I think it was really well measured. So I think it was sensitive to people's needs, but it wasn't overt and didn't ruffle a lot of feathers, but got people thinking, I think.
Well, one of my favorite questions focuses on acculturation, right? And the idea of whether or not we're imposing our like Western philosophies or our Western methods of doing things on our families of differing cultures. So we asked a question of whether or not it was, or what was more important, respecting the individual's culture or imposing American norms for school readiness. And I think that kind of opened up the dialogue to identify, like, yes, we need to assimilate these cultures. We need to recognize that we bring a valuable skill to the table, a valuable tool to the table, but we also need to respect others' cultures and not impose ours on them.
So I think we had a lot of discussion around like functional, contextual decision making and looking at problem solving and really kind of like living in the gray area. There was some discussion around supervision and how that might look, and I think we left it open for like people to really start thinking about the philosophy of it. So, and I think that was a really cool point that we got to.
Yeah, and definitely like cross collaborating across different fields and disciplines, right? There's an entire field focused on multiculturalism that we can pull resources from and adapt for our own field. So I think that is a really cool direction that we could go in.
I partnered up with Operant Coffee to help bring this to you. And what we're doing is we've set up a 30-day challenge for you. That is, spend 30 days trying to learn more about cultural humility. All you have to do is share this post saying that I'm in, and then each day have some sort of form, whether it's a personal log or on social media using the hashtag cultural humility. Just update and track where your progress is. And for anyone that does that in social media, all of us here in this video will follow along using that hashtag on Instagram and Facebook.
Cool.
Bye. Thank you.
Good work.
I hope to see you there.
Do you need this?
That's your daily beat.